The first thing, I guess the skeleton of the whole thing is the frame, the machine frame. So basically it's comprised of a tube vise here. This is where the tube that holds the needle goes into. Your front and rear binding post, this is where the armature bar attaches to, and your front binding post. And then you have some holes drilled in the frame here for your coils. So these are the machine coils. Basically, current goes through the coils, charging these little electromagnets, and it pulls the armature bar forward against them. And as it pulls it forward, this little rear spring, or the front spring, breaks contact. So basically it oscillates, opening and closing the circuit here, and that's what makes the machine work. The coils being intermittently charged and creating an electromagnetic field that pulls the armature bar back and forth. So these coils attached to the frame here. On the front coil here, so that the machine operates properly, I've got a little tiny shim. So the front coil sits slightly higher than the rear coil. And then we'll get those tightened down here. Having the entirety of the inside of the coil with no airspace in it filled up with the screw is also important. Having a gap on the inside of your coils makes it so that you don't get as strong or as clean of a magnetic field. On your electrical connections, you have these little insulating washers. These connections can't be touching the frame or else it'll ground out. So this one, I've got the little connecting piece with the insulating washers. And then we just tighten that down. It's got a little hole in it for the clip cord here. And then on this front binding post, it has the little insulators as well. So all of your electrical connections are insulated from the frame. And that piece goes on there just like that. Like I said, all these pieces you can buy on the internet from lots of different supply companies. You're not going to be able to find any of these pieces in your backyard. So unless you're actually a tattoo artist working in a shop, they probably aren't going to sell to you. So if you're trying to make a homemade tattoo gun to tattoo your friends, as opposed to, if you're a tattoo artist building a tattoo machine, the word gun and machine there is used to give people an idea about the difference between what's happening in penitentiaries and at house parties as opposed to what's happening in a professional environment. So I just attached the front and rear spring, which was already attached to the armature bar, onto the frame here. And then what we've got left is the thumb screw for the tube vise. Just screw that right in there like that. And then the clip cord, which is attached to the power supply, hooks up like that. And there you have a working tattoo machine.